now that we have defined about quadrilateral, let's see the special features involved in quadrilateral. What are the different types of structures we see in the quadrilateral? Features. Features of a quadrilateral. So what are the features in the quadrilateral? Let's take a quadrilateral and discuss about all its features. For example, I have a quadrilateral of this 4 straight lines which form a closed region. Now in this quadrilateral, I have, let me denote this quadrilateral with A, B, C and D. So here the points A, B, C and D where the quadrilateral turns or where the 2 straight lines meet are called vertices. A is the point of intersection of this line and this line, B is the point of intersection of this line and this line, C is the point of intersection of this line and this line, and finally D is the point of intersection of this line and this line. And hence there are 4 points of intersection when the 4 straight lines form a closed region, and those points are called the vertices of the quadrilateral. So here the first thing which we understand is that features A, B, C, D are called vertices of the quadrilateral. So a quadrilateral is said to have 4 vertices A, B, C and D. A triangle has 3 vertices A, B and C. Similarly, a quadrilateral has 4 vertices A, B, C and D. Now let's see the angles. As we know that clearly the angle made by the 2 lines at A is this, and the angle made by 2 lines here is this, and the angle made by 2 lines at C is this, and the angle made by D by the 2 lines at D is this. So these 4 are called the angles of the quadrilateral. So clearly we see that there are 4 angles, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 angles for a quadrilateral and 4 vertices for the quadrilateral. As can be seen, angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D are called angles of the quadrilateral, and of course they are called internal angles of a quadrilateral. To be more specific, these are called internal angles of a quadrilateral. Is how we understand the vertices and the angles. The next thing is about the sides. The length of the side, the length of the straight line, the first straight line is AB, the length of the second straight line is BC, the length of the third straight line is CD, and the length of the fourth straight line is DA. So there are 4 different lengths which are taken from the straight line and then they are joined to form a closed region called a quadrilateral. Therefore, lengths are also taken into account in the quadrilateral. So along with vertices and the angles, now come the lengths. The line segment AB, the line segment BC, the line segment CD and the line segment DA are called lengths of quadrilateral. So here AB, BC, CD and DA are called the lengths of the quadrilaterals. The 4 corners or the 4 sides have the 4 different lengths of quadrilateral. They're also referred to as sides. Sometimes we refer to them as sides of quadrilateral, is how I understand the meaning of each of these being lengths of quadrilateral or the sides of the quadrilateral. Both mean the same. Next, now that we have discussed about vertices, angles and lengths or sides of quadrilateral, now comes the discussion of diagonal, which is the most important concept in understanding the further properties of a quadrilateral. Let's see the diagonal in brief. Next is diagonal. Let's see what a diagonal is for a quadrilateral. For example, the topic for the session is diagonal. What is a diagonal in a quadrilateral? Now that we have discussed about vertices, the angles, the lengths or sides of a quadrilateral, the next important concept in the features of a quadrilateral is diagonal. So let's see the diagonal of a quadrilateral. Let me take a quadrilateral ABCD. Now we know that this is a 4-sided closed region which is called a quadrilateral. So ABCD is a quadrilateral. Now interestingly, I would like to investigate on joining the 2 endpoints of the 4-sided figure. For example, I have A and C. Let's see what happens if I join A and C or B and D. So let's try to join the 2 points, investigating the diagonals or joining the alternate sides. So A and C are called alternate points. And let me join this. I clearly see that the alternate points A and C and B and D are joined. I get a different kind of a region, the cross lines which form the diagonal. So here joining the alternate points A and C and B and D we clearly get the line segments AC and BD. The line segments AC and BD as obtained by joining the alternate points of the quadrilateral are what are called the diagonals. So here AC and BD are called diagonals. Diagonals are the lines which are obtained when the alternate points of a quadrilateral are joined. So here when I join the alternate points, I get AC and BD, which are the diagonals. So in this case, diagonal are defined to be the line segments which are obtained when the alternate points of a quadrilateral join are called diagonals, is how I understand the diagonal in a four-sided figure. Alternate points joined, I get two diagonals in the quadrilateral. Therefore, my learning outcome is that a quadrilateral has two diagonals. I make the learning outcome that a quadrilateral has two diagonals is what I understand as the learning outcome. A quadrilateral has always two diagonals. A triangle does not have diagonals because in a triangle, if I take the alternate vertices, I cannot draw a line within the triangle. But in case of quadrilateral, I can join 2 points. I can get two lines which are formed by joining the alternate points A and C and B and D. So in my quadrilateral ABCD, AC and BD are the diagonals. There are two diagonals which are formed in the quadrilateral, AC and BD.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.